Okie dokie folks, we should be live now, and if you can all just check that the audio and everything is all working, that'd be fantastic please. Once again, a very good afternoon from Newcastle International Airport, and got a few good movements to come this afternoon. We've got the Emirates Boeing 777 over there, and very good afternoon to Wasif, Ferry Hill Train Spotter, and Sam, Chipaz 1990. Good afternoon everyone, it's great to have you on the live stream. So like I say, we've got the Emirates to go, we've got a few Jet 2s, we've got KLM Embraer E195 E2, which is running about an hour late. The Embraer is just over on the north side of the terminal. It's just, you can see the tail over there in the distance. And we've also got the ASL Airlines 737-400, that's running on the evening cargo flights during the midweek. It won't be flying tonight, but tomorrow will be. British Airways A321, Golf Echo Uniform X-Ray Echo, that's not depart until about 8 o'clock. Then we've got TUi's 737-800 just there, Jet 2 737, and the Jet 2 and the TUi and the KLM will all be going very shortly. And the star of the show, which is currently about 15 minutes late, should be going in just a few minutes time, is the Emirates 777. So we've got a good lineup of movements for everyone today. YZM, and good afternoon to everyone, sorry. And why is the Emirates delayed till 2:15, Sam? I honestly don't know, mate. I honestly don't know. The stairs have been removed and it is ready to go, but it is just obviously running a few minutes behind schedule. Ferry Hill Train Spotter, thank you so much, channel member for 11 months, and a big shout out to each and every one of you, dear channel members, for all of your support on the live streams and for the channel. Really do appreciate it. So thank you all very much. And Wayne Hartshorn, good afternoon mate, how are you doing? Great to have you on the live stream. Welcome on board. We've got 3 Jet 2 737-800s which are inbound right now. They're just approaching the middle of the UK, so they should be here in the next 30 minutes to 40 minutes. And then just looking over to the other side, we've got the control tower just there, and a runway, of course. Wouldn't be an airport without a runway now, would it? Newcastle Aviation Academy over there, and then in front of it we've got business jet Delta Charlie, can't quite make that out, Delta Charlie Alpha Whiskey Kilo I think it is, a little citation, so that's parked up over there. Mike Wild, good luck if this is your new stream, thank you very much. We're streaming nowadays using the 4K camcorder, so the quality is a little bit better than it used to be, and yeah, I just hope that the audio and video is all good for everyone. I've been here for about 30 minutes and there's been quite a few arrivals, so we're just waiting for the first wave of departures to go out. This Jet 2 Golf Delta Foxtrot Sierra will be going out soon. Saw a whole load of passengers getting on, and yeah, it should be going very soon, as will the mighty Emirates 777. It's always good when it's delayed because it means we can catch it with a whole load of other movements as well. Wayne Hartshorn, good to see you, thank you very much mate, really appreciate that as well mate, really appreciate it, thank you very much. And Chris, good afternoon, and to everyone else as well, good afternoon Chris, lovely to have you with us. John Kenneth Williams, good afternoon mate, it's going well thanks, it's going well, full of busy at the moment with work and getting married in less than 3 weeks as well, so got lots and lots of plans at the moment, so it's going to be a little bit manic. As you all know, I haven't done a live stream since the beginning of April, and that was up at Inverness Airport, and unfortunately I've just been so busy with things, it's been near impossible to get down to the airport or have the time, unfortunately. So we're here today, and we're going to have a good hour and a bit plus of plane spotting. We should have some good movements as well. And Janet Lowe, afternoon, Jonathan O, glad to be here. It's lovely to have you on board, Janet. It's great to have you with us, Jan. Hope you're having a lovely Sunday afternoon. Like I say, we've got a few nice movements coming up, and one of them as well is the KLM E195E2, which is departing to Amsterdam, and thankfully it's running a bit late. It should have already departed, but we'll be getting that very shortly. Wayne Hartshawn as well. Good afternoon to Chris. Stephen Marchant. Yes, I'm very well, thanks, Stephen. How are you doing, mate? Hope you're keeping well. And Jet 2's the next flight into Newcastle. Yes, I think there's about 3 of them all due roughly within 10 minutes of each other. There's one coming up the west coast of the UK, and then there's 2 which are coming straight up from the south. So we should see them fairly soon, which will be good. I'm presuming, Mike, you meant could the A380 land at Newcastle? The A380 would not. Well, technically yes, it could land at Newcastle. Technically yes, it could take off at Newcastle. The issue though is the turning off the runway. So the taxiways and the exit points are just a little bit too tight for the A380 and manoeuvring around the terminal as well with the wingspan. But apart from that, it's yeah. Apart from that, it is possible, or plausible, I should say. C2E is basing A787 at Newcastle in summer 2024, Sam. Yes, they are. We've got the new route to Boa Vista, down to Cape Verde, and as well as that, we've also got the increase in schedule to likes of Orlando and Cancun and different places. So yeah, it should be good. Should be good. Wayne Hartshawn, good luck. Thank you very much, mate, and congrats. Thank you very much, Ferry Hill. We need, Chris, we'll need to organise a helicopter. Aye. Well, we're jetting off somewhere nice and warm and sunny, so it should be very nice. Robert Hadfield, Bob, good afternoon, mate. Great to have you on the live stream. Welcome on board. Hope you're having a good day, mate. We'll have to catch up on Discord soon, mate. I haven't been on Discord in a week or two. Janet Lowe, think your invitation got lost in the post. I'll tell you what, that's one of the most that's been one of the most stressful things actually, is we're just having like a very small ceremony in that, but we've had a whole deluge of, you know, like Zoom invitations and different things to send out. So yeah, that's been fun, and I've still got a whole list I need to go through, but we'll get there. We'll get there in the end. You good, Stephen? Fantastic. Nah, no chance of that, mate. No chance of that. No, my ideal kind of evening like that would just be going doing a bit of plane spotting, to be honest. And a couple pints afterward. I think your invite might be lost in a West Atlantic 737. Chris, am I getting an aviation themed wedding? No, not quite, but we are doing a lot of flights once I've got married. So that'll really get us into the swing of things. So yeah, that should be fun. Right, we've got Loganair. I forgot about this one. Loganair's Embraer 145 Golf Sierra. I forget which one it is. Sierra Alpha Juliet, I think. Coming in from Stavanger. Here it is. Loganair's E145. We had one of them just depart out of Newcastle not too long ago. So here it is, our first arrival. Whoops. Oh, he's floating, he's floating, he's floating. And they're down. That was one long float. When's the Emirates? That's a good question, Sam. Talking of the Emirates, we are still meant to be getting a second daily flight to Newcastle, but as of yet they haven't formally announced when, but apparently we are still due to be getting a second daily Emirates service, and it could be, it might not be daily on the second daily service, if that makes sense, but we might just have it like 2 or 3 times a week. So that would be good. That would be good. I can see there's about 47 of you all tuned in at the moment. Very good afternoon to each and every one of you. If you are just joining the live stream for the first time, big welcome on board. We're just waiting for the Emirates 777 to depart Newcastle, and then we've got a few good movements to come up. Chris, Golf Sierra Alpha Juliet Golf from Stavanger. Thank you very much, mate. I couldn't remember if it was Juliet Golf or Juliet Juliet. It might have been Juliet Juliet. I was looking at on flight radar. I'm not 100%. Yep, there you go. Golf Sierra Alpha Juliet Golf. That's it there. So just taxiing in onto the stand next to the Jet 2. I'm not sure if Golf Golf Delta Foxtrot Sierra is going out. I was fairly certain it was, but the looks like they've locked the plane up, so maybe it's one of the other ones that is departing and Delta Foxtrot Sierra isn't. Might have got that wrong. Joshy B, hello, welcome to the live stream. Lovely to have you on board. So that's our first arrival anyway. Which side of the runway will the Emirates depart? Newcastle Airport. So it'll depart in the direction that Loganair has just landed. So it'll be taken off straight towards us. And it shouldn't be too long either. It should just be a few more minutes' time. And next up should be Shanx 63 Bravo from Alicante, Golf Delta Romeo, Tango India. Marvellous. Thank you very much, mate. And we're just, the KLM E195 E2 hasn't pushed back yet, so that should be going any minute. And Andrew King, hello, has NPass 32 taken off? No, I haven't seen the police helicopter take off yet. But yeah. Oh, Wayne, that's very kind of you, mate. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. To be honest, I actually missed doing the live streams. You know, I was sat down there in the office the other week just looking, and I was like, I haven't done a live stream in a month. I really need to take some time off and do it one day. I'm also looking at a few different setups for streaming just to increase the duration of them. I have tried other things which so far haven't worked, and at the moment the most I can do is about an hour and a half to 2 hours this way. So yeah, hopefully be able to do that probably in August, September time, and we'll be able to do much longer live streams, which would be nice. I've taken inspiration from a lot of you will probably watch his content from Madeira airport spotting, and he does an absolutely phenomenal live stream. If anyone hasn't seen Pedro's live stream, then please do check out his channel on YouTube. It's really, really good. But yeah, hopefully much longer live streams to come in the future, but right now we've just got to make do with what we have, and yeah. Stephen, has the airport installed the new X-ray scanners yet? Do you know? No, they haven't. They are in the process, I believe. I believe they're already being fitted, or they're about to be fitted imminently. So basically the new scanners will enable people to take liquids through. For anyone who doesn't know, that is, the new scanners will enable you to, you know, take a cup of tea or a flask of tea, I should say, not a cup of tea, but you know, a little thermal flask or a bottle of water or anything basically up to, I think it's 2 litres, which is it's going to be a massive thing. You haven't been able to do that since pre-2001 now. Or was it 2002 when they were implemented? Either way, it's been at least 20 plus years that you've not been able to take liquids through. Or should I say, you have been able to up to 100 millilitres or whatever's allowed, but you know, that's pretty much all you could take. Now the new scanners enable you to take anything. I got a complete shock when I went to Shannon the other week. So I flew here from Newcastle. If you haven't seen my video, it's on YouTube. It was basically an empty 737 MAX flying across to Shannon, and yeah, I went to Shannon Airport after I'd done a little bit of plane spotting, went inside the terminal, got to the security area, went to start unpacking, I went to go and start unpacking my bag and taking my laptop out, take my electronics even, and everything else. And the lady who was on security came across and said, "Oh, excuse me, sir, you don't need to take your electronics out, you can leave them in." I was like, "Oh." I said, "Do you have the new scanners?" Yeah, we've got the new scanners, you don't need to take anything out. All I had to take off was my belt, put my bag in the tray, and walk straight through. So yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. And that is you know, it's a sign of, well, it's a good indication of what the future has to hold for airport security. And what is a fact is that is going to be 10 times faster than what we currently have to do. A lot of people currently get really stressed about unpacking their bags, what they can take. Some people forget about the liquids rule, and yeah. So it's going to be a game changer when it eventually hits most UK airports. Teesside currently has it, so you can take liquids and things through Teesside, but so far Newcastle does not. Golf Delta Foxtrot Sierra isn't taking off until 3:55, Ewan. Thank you very much, mate. Sierra Alpha Juliet Golf's going out 1:10 to Exeter, Chris. Thank you very much, mate. We should still be live then. Quite busy, Joshy. We've got plenty of aeroplanes on the ground here, as you can see. Actually, the jet bridge has been detached from the Emirates by the looks of it, so the Emirates should be pushing back any second now. The Jet 2 is just turning on to final. Yes, it is. Sam, you just posted that in the chat. Thank you, Sam. I can actually see the landing lights, so yeah, it'll be landing in just a moment. Emirates is on last call. Just checked on the website. Yeah, what we really need is to see it pushing back, and once it's pushed back, it'll be even better. Chris, have I tried something with an extension cable? I met some guy in Aberdeen on Friday and he had a yellow extension lead style thing. The main thing is battery power. So the story of that, Chris, is Michael, hello from New Zealand. Second that about Madeira. Yeah, he's a fan. Pedro, he's a really, really good live streamer and just a genuinely canny guy as well. So if you haven't checked out his channel, please do. And Michael, welcome to the channel as a channel member, mate. Really appreciate you joining. And also, if you're interested, Michael, we have a WhatsApp group for all of our channel members if you would like to join, and I post updates in it or new videos and so on, and when we're going live, etc. And if you would like to be part of that, then drop me a message either on Twitter, Facebook, wherever, and I can get you added to it. Chris, just on the question about extension leads and batteries and this, that and the other, I'll just pan over to the approach first. So here we have the Jet 2 from Alicante, Golf Delta Romeo Tango India, and there is a little bit of heat haze at the moment, so it's just got to be careful with the camcorder, otherwise the autofocus goes out very, very easily. There we go, and that's a Jet 2 down. Delta Romeo Tango India. There it is. And then we've got another couple of Jet 2s coming in very shortly. But yeah, the story with the battery, Chris, is I got a battery pack which was supposed to be capable of charging the laptop. Now, technically, it is capable of charging the laptop, but only when the laptop is powered off. So it's actually no use whatsoever. But I've been looking at some other people's setups, and they have a very different setup to what I have, and it looks a lot easier as well. So I think we may revert to using something different just in order to get the longer live streams. So we will see what we can do, but in the meantime, like I say, we've just got to work with this at the moment. Somebody asked about me going to Edinburgh for the the Hainan. Sam, yes, you asked that. Will I be streaming the Hainan returning to Edinburgh? Possibly. I actually flew on the inaugural flight with Hainan Airlines a few years ago. If you check out my channel, the video is on there. I flew with Hainan Airlines on their inaugural, believe it or not, Edinburgh to Dublin using an A330-300, and the flight started in Beijing, flew Beijing to Edinburgh, Edinburgh to Dublin, then Dublin back to Beijing. The Edinburgh-Dublin part was bookable as a flight on its own, and honestly, it was the best flight I've ever had to Dublin. Hands down, I can say it was the best ever flight to Dublin. You got a complimentary sandwich, a complimentary drink, in-flight entertainment system, with a moving map and all sorts of good things, and yeah, it was just overall a fantastic flight with a Chinese carrier from Scotland to Ireland. So yeah, sadly they won't be doing that routing this time. It'll just be direct from Beijing, but yeah, I may go and live stream it. It just depends if I can get time off work, so we'll have to see. Late evening streams in the summer are the best here. Sky looks mega. It does, Wayne. It really does, mate. We'll have to do one. In fact, we'll have to do more than one. We'll have to do a few during the summer. We've got some good movements too, with the likes of Sun Express and Corendon, and lots and lots of different movements now, so certainly have to do that. Jet 2's just holding on the taxiway at the moment. I'm not sure if someone is waiting to push back or if he's waiting for his stand to be ready. The ground crew may not be ready for him arriving. But anyway, the Jet 2 is just waiting there. The Emirates may be ready to go. I can't see the beacon light. The sun, the heat haze is just obscuring things a little bit. Seen on Twitter, it looks a bit manic down at Gatwick. Got reports of drones being flown around, and a BA A321 has gone to Stansted, and a Turkish is squawking too. Has it? Oh, interesting. 19 Bootsy 68. Hello, mate. Welcome on board. Hope you're doing well. Great to have you on board with us. I'm just going to have a quick Carl Shale, good afternoon. That brown plane by the green tower is doing its yeah, we're just waiting for the I'm not sure what we're waiting for, if we're waiting for something to push back or the stand to become free. The next two Jet 2s are just north of Leeds now. We've also got a Citation G-KION, which will be landing in about 25 minutes. And yeah, just having a look over London. Was that Gatwick that that's happening at, or Heathrow? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, there's a TUi. That looks like London Gatwick's closed. Oh dear. Oh wow. Yeah, there's loads of dear me. If anyone goes on to Flight Radar 24 right now, if you have a look on Flight Radar 24, virtually every single plane at the moment is holding going into Gatwick and or diverting. Dear me, that is not good at all. Not good at all. I'm surprised actually that the whole issue regarding drones hasn't been fully resolved. I mean, the countermeasures are there, and there's just too much, I don't know, red tape. We'll call it that. Let's have a look. I'm just going to put a filter on. Let's see. Could we get a diversion here at Newcastle? Could we get a diversion here at Newcastle? What do you think? Oh, there's a lot of inbounds holding, even way out to sea. There's loads of inbounds holding. Diversions look like they're going to Birmingham as well. What else might divert our way? Could anything divert our way? No, because most of the things are coming in now. Interesting. Very interesting. Air Baltic. Yeah, there's lots and lots of planes diverting. There's a few to Stansted, Turkish Airlines, TUi 737. One to Southend. Actually, Southend could get a few. They've got plenty of space there. There's another EasyJet going to Stansted. Stansted will be full in no time at that rate. Another EasyJet at 20,000 feet. Well, it looks like there's a few leaving the hold, but yeah, I don't know if they're leaving the hold to go anywhere. Interesting. Right, in other news, the so whilst the camera's on that Jet 2, the KLM E195E2, which is quite majorly delayed, has just been pushed back. And now that you can just see the tail of the KLM there, just behind the Emirates. That's the KLM E195 just being pushed back there. And now that that is clear, the Jet 2's moving and back on its way again. Emirates is pinging on flight radar as well. And Heather McLeod, hello, welcome to the live stream. Great to have you with us. Hainan are doing Edinburgh 2 days a week and Dublin 2 days a week. That makes more sense, to be honest. I reckon it'll do well, to be honest. The previous route to Beijing performed quite well with passengers, so yeah. Nicholas, hello mate, welcome on board. How are you doing? Great to have you with us. You've just woken up. I hope you had a good sleep, mate. And Neil Smith, good afternoon to you. I'm doing very well, thank you. I hope you're keeping well too, mate. Appreciate you joining the live stream. It's great to have you with us. So there's the KLM that's pushed back. Emirates is pinging on flight radar, and the Emirates is ready to go. And Lockheed C5. It's a pity that it isn't nice and clear overhead. Otherwise, we might have been able to see it. But yeah. Jet 2's just taxiing in there. Chris, yes, the Jet 2 was holding for the KLM off Stand 11. Yes, it was. Putting me on the headphones, oh dear. Is it that bad, mate? Is it that bad? Probably should have waited till your headphones were plugged in before I said that, but yeah. Great to have you with us. Hope you and Liz are both keeping well, mate. Right, so Emirates is pinging, so the Emirates must be ready to rock and roll. So Emirates should be pushing. I'm just keeping an eye on all these movements out of London Gatwick, because it looks like it could be getting interesting down there. 2 Jet 2s, one from Malaga and the other one from Ibiza, are just over Bishop Auckland and Durham, so they'll be landing very shortly. I think the Emirates is waiting for the KLM. I think that's what it is. The Emirates is waiting for the KLM E195 to taxi out. Yep, it is. Yep, KLM's taxiing. KLM is taxiing, and then the Emirates will push. I miss having a radio scanner. My last radio scanner where I could listen to air traffic control broke. There we go. That is the KLM taxiing. Papa Hotel November X-Ray Golf, that is. Fantastic. And like I say, the KLM should have already departed by now. Right, KLM is taxiing and the Emirates has just put its beacon light on, so the Emirates should begin pushback now. There we go, and that's the Emirates pushing back now. Fantastic. Looks like MPAS is overhead Gatwick. Oh dear. There was the whole debate during the last. Actually, we got a British Airways 777 divert here the last time there was that drone incident at Gatwick. But there was the whole debate at the time that why don't you just shoot them down? And then there was uproar because you can't shoot it down. It might have this effect or that effect or the other, and it's crazy, crazy. Stephen, Jet 2 from Ibiza is due in around 10 minutes. Fantastic. Not long to go. Laura Coyle, good afternoon. Welcome to the live stream. Lovely to have you with us. And every single one of you who's joined in as well. Welcome to the live stream. The Emirates Boeing 777 to Dubai. It's running a little bit late, but it's just pushing back now. And yeah, it looks like everything is getting interesting at Gatwick. Filter name. Be quite funny actually if we got another diversion from Gatwick. Not funny for the passengers, but yeah. There was loads of diversions to all over the place. Luton, Stansted, even Heathrow. Wow, Heathrow has accepted a diversion from Gatwick. That's impressive. You barely ever see Heathrow accepting diversions. They're that busy. Right, we'll just leave the Emirates a second. We'll go over to the KLM. KLM is just about to depart. So here comes the KLM E195. Oh, it looks like landings have resumed at Gatwick again. Yeah, it looks like Gatwick's reopened, so should all be good there. Perfect. Ah, that makes sense, Chris. That makes sense. One thing that still impresses me even today is just how quiet the new E-Jets are. The new E-Jets are absolutely incredible. So quiet. Same goes for the 737 CFM, Pratt & Whitney, LEAP engines, etc. They're all just incredibly quiet. It's amazing how many UK airports Emirates serve so many passengers going to Dubai and beyond, Mike. 3 Emirates A380s a day from Manchester, it's true. It's amazing to see what they have done for UK connectivity in the last 20 years. I mean, they've done, you know, 200 times more than the likes of British Airways have. British Airways always like to go on about connecting Britain and this, that and the other, which, yeah, if you want to fly down to Heathrow, I suppose, is connecting. People would argue, well, you're no better off connecting via Dubai than what you are through Heathrow, but the argument is that it's, you know, at least with Emirates, they're actually bringing passengers from much further afield who otherwise may not fly to airports such as Newcastle, Glasgow, Manchester and Birmingham and so on. You know, that they're bringing passengers right to these regions, which has made a massive difference and continues to make a massive difference. The E2 looks like a pencil, Sam. It does indeed. Heather, just been past the airport about an hour ago. You live at Denton Burn. Very nice, very nice. It's there's a few nice walks around the airport, to be honest. It's a lovely place just even to go for a walk. Right, that's the Emirates taxi. We've also got Jet 2, which is on the approach, so that will be coming along very soon. Gatwick is open. First line is easy. 5-3 Tango Juliet from Dubrovnik. Very nice. I'm pleased they've got it open again, because it's just such a pain when there's stuff like that. Can you imagine, even just for those few flights, when you think relatively, there's what, maybe 10, 15 plus aeroplanes that have diverted, with an airport like Gatwick, you know, I think it's been surpassed as the world's busiest single runway airport. I'm not sure, but either way, can you imagine the impact that that drone is going to have on thousands and thousands of passengers this afternoon and for the rest of the day, and crews and everyone else? It's terrible, really. Well, there's the Emirates taxiing. BA777 leaving Heathrow has taken an avoidance path. Interesting. I wonder if this drone thing is just confined to Gatwick or if it's other places as well. Well, that's the Emirates. I can see there's 70 of you all tuned in at the moment. Welcome on board to each and every one of you. We are just about to watch the Emirates 777 depart Newcastle Airport. It's running a little bit late, and we've got plenty of other good movements to see this afternoon. Next one coming in is Jet 2's 737-800. Just about a touchdown here. There it is. About to land on runway 25. Beautiful. Nicely done. Oh, you can't beat a Pratt & Whitney howl, Nicholas. Absolutely, mate, absolutely. Will there be any flights to the USA in the near future? Well, we already have flights to the USA. We have Orlando, which is about twice a week, I think. And we also have flights to Jamaica and different places as well. And Cancun in Mexico with TUi. So we already have flights, but in terms of flights to the likes of New York or Washington, there is no plans imminently. United Airlines did try it. Sorry, I've got a spider that's trying to make a web on the tripod, and it is not going to live there. I'm sorry, Mr. Spider, but you're going to have to make your web elsewhere. But yes, we did have United Airlines try a flight to New York, Newark for 2 seasons, about 7 or 8 years ago, and sadly those flights, they didn't attract a massive amount of passenger numbers. However, with the 757, I'm not surprised. I wonder if an A321 or something might be better suited to the route, but excuse me. However, there are no plans in the immediate future, so I don't see it. I don't see it happening, sadly. But yeah. Newcastle is a connection now, especially with the oil lads and lassies. You're absolutely right, mate. You're absolutely right. It's nice to have the Loganair flights back as well. We've got the Loganair flight to Aberdeen, as well as the Eastern Airways ones. For a while they did move all of the Aberdeen flights down to Teesside, which left us with no Aberdeen connection at all. And now we've got it all back. You were just thinking it's interesting how Newcastle have attracted Emirates, surprised other operators haven't joined Virgin, Delta, United. Well, like I say, United have already tried, and sadly there just wasn't the demand. One of the demands that this airport does have is for, you know, bucket and spade flights, places to Spain, Portugal, Greece, Italy. They are very, very popular flights from here at Newcastle. We get passengers coming up from Manchester, Leeds, even Edinburgh, Glasgow, flying from Newcastle because the prices here are very competitive compared to some of those airports. Plus, it's actually very easy to fly through. Right, we've got the Jet 2 landing there, as you'll be able to see on your screen. Jet 2 is about to land, and we've got the Emirates about to depart. Warren Sanderson, hello mate, welcome on board. Alva Star 737, any ideas? It was a military charter flight, I believe, from Eindhoven. Yes, Ewan, they did. Way before the pandemic, though, United cancelled the route, so the pandemic had nothing to do with the passenger numbers. Right, that's the Jet 2 touchdown. Welcome to Newcastle. Chris, you can't beat the Antonov 12 we had in Aberdeen. I tell you what, when I went to Shannon the other week, I got the Cavoc Air. You might have seen the video, the Cavoc Air Antonov 12. That was amazing. But when I saw that Antonov 12 flying up to Aberdeen, I was very jealous. Very, very jealous indeed. And some of the spotters up there got some fantastic photos and videos of it. So impressed. But yeah, you can't beat the good old Antonov 12. All the smoke belching out at the back. Oh, Nicholas, thank you very much, mate. Cheers, mate. You can see we've got nearly 100 of you all tuned in at the moment. Big welcome to each and every one of you. If you've not joined the live stream before, it's lovely to have you with us. And we're just about to watch the Emirates, the mighty Emirates 777 depart all the way to the United Arab Emirates, across to Dubai. You really appreciate the scale and size of this plane when you see it like this. It's absolutely massive. The runway, yeah, the runway's got a bit of an elevation difference, so it kind of goes uphill from one side to the other. So there is a bit of an elevation difference, which in certain conditions makes it a bit more interesting, because if you're landing from the 07 end, you're essentially landing downhill. If you're landing from the 25 end, you're landing at the top of the hill, going down into the little crest there, and then starting to go uphill towards up towards 07. Yeah, Wayne, I think to be honest, of all the operators, I think JetBlue could be a goer one day. You know, you never know, it might potentially happen. Right, here goes the Emirates. The mighty Emirates 777. Pleased it's been delayed today, because it means we've managed to get it. Beautiful. Cool. Very cool. Well, that was the Emirates, folks. That was the Emirates. Ha! Didn't expect to catch that on the live stream, if I'm honest, because I expected them to depart on time. So that was nice. Right, next movement we have is TUi B38M G-800. Just taxiing here. This is our next movement of the day. Golf Foxtrot Delta Zulu Yankee. Not quite an Emirates 777, but you know, it'll do. Got the Dublin flight coming in, KION, the Cessna Citation, and then a few more departures as well. Let's see, TUi just taxiing past the tower. Oh, I do love a good 777. First time, Adrian. Nice stream, mate. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Adrian. That's very kind of you to tune in, mate. Antonov 12 vid was great. Them, like, oh, they do, Nicholas. They really do. It was such a nice surprise as well, because I landed at Shannon in the morning, and there was a US Navy Hercules parked up, as well as the Ukrainian KAVOK Air Antonov 12. And then the KAVOK Air filed a flight plan in the afternoon, so I was absolutely over the moon to see that depart. So cool, so cool. John Driscoll, hello mate, welcome to the live stream. How are you doing, John? Great to have you with us. Hope you're keeping well, mate. Mike Wild, never seen a bad landing or a takeoff of an Emirates. Depending on your description of bad, I've seen a fair few. Especially in windy weather conditions, which, you know, you can attribute these landings to. Over the years here at Newcastle, I've seen a fair few dodgy ones. But yeah. Bob, honestly, when has the Emirates 777 ever left on time? Bob, that is, do you know what, you're spot on there, mate. I don't even know why I mentioned the time of it, because you can always guarantee it's inevitably delayed. But not to worry. John, yeah, not too bad, thanks mate, not too bad. Chris, yeah, I imagine it does. It's interesting to see the pilots sometimes who land here frequently and those who don't, especially on 07, because from landing down on 07 to then going down to the high-speed exit, you've got to carry a fair amount of speed and braking going down there. But it's good fun. You alright, mate? But no, it's interesting just to watch that and see it at times. And Stan, good afternoon. Welcome to the live stream. Lovely to have you on board. Foxtrot Delta Zulu Yankee. Thompson 6 Tango November heading to Zakynthos. Very nice indeed, very nice. I think we've got a couple other departures to go as well, a couple of other Jet 2s, which should be going soon, and then obviously the Loganair 3, that'll be going to Exeter. So we've still got a fair few movements to come. Just going to have a quick look at Gatwick. Gatwick looks like, yeah, looks like everything's back to normal there again. And let's have a look at Newcastle. Just going to apply the filter. The Cessna Citation G-KION is just about to turn on to final now. So we'll see that in just a moment. And meanwhile we've got the TUi B38 just about to line up and depart. Here's the next departure to Zakynthos, all the way down to Greece. Also got the Ryanair 737-800 Echo India Echo X-Ray Echo coming in from Dublin, and TUi's 737 MAX Tango Uniform Mike Sierra. That'll be in around about half an hour. Oh, you're on the Emirates in 2 weeks' time, mate. Fantastic. That'll be really good. That'll be really good. Right, here goes the TUi. Nice rotation there. no, you're fine there, mate. Yeah, you're all good.
Just see if I am, I can...
No, you're fine, you're fine.
I only found out this spot existed this morning.
Did you? Ah, canny. It's a good spot. Don't mind me, I'm not mad, I'm just live streaming. So if I'm talking myself, don't worry. And Ewan, when you landed on the Emirates at Newcastle in April, the land helped slow the plane down as user. Yeah, interesting. I think I've only ever seen the Emirates once use a high-speed exit, and it wasn't even approved then either. Right, that's the TUi 737-800 taxiing. Chris, thank you very much for the information, Chris, and for putting in the live chat. Makes a world of difference, mate. Golf Tango Alpha Whiskey Golf. That's it, just taxiing there for Larnaca. This hopefully should be a nice long rotation. The Larnaca flight's always pretty well laden, so yeah, it should be a nice long rotation shot in theory. Got some staff just going up on the Jet 2 of Golf Delta Foxtrot Sierra there, so that'll be going in the next hour, I imagine. Yeah, Sam, the United 757 was great when it used to be here. It was, I remember getting the Star Alliance livery, and that was one of the last flights that the airline operated here. And I was running a little bit late, unfortunately, so I only just managed to get it from the roadside as it was departing. But yeah, it was a great one to see. Henry, why not go to the other field near the road? It's way closer to 07. It is closer to 07, but you don't get so much of an overview as you do here. Here you can watch what goes on a little bit better, I feel, and you just get a different vantage point. So yeah, each spot is slightly unique. Each spot's slightly different. So usually we play and spot there anyway most of the time, and the live streams we do are from there, so just nice to have a bit of change of scenery. Right, so that's a TUi, and now we've got the Citation Golf Kilo India Oscar November, and that is just about to land. There it is, just about to land on runway 25. As I say, there's a little bit of heat haze, folks, but still be able to see it land there. That's some there. So this Citation has the Union Jack painted on the tail, and it's based here at Newcastle. You'll often see it going backwards and forwards to the likes of Dublin and other places as well. The 737 MAX of TUi is just approaching Hull from the east, so that'll be here in 30 minutes time. Got British Airways A320 Golf Echo Uniform Delta just about to depart Heathrow. So that'll be going in just a moment. So now the Citation should just vacate off to the left. Well, from where you're seeing the right of the runway there. There we go, and that's it, G-KION, just vacating there. During the pandemic there obviously wasn't many movements, and this was amazingly one of probably the most photographed business jets that I took photos of during the pandemic, because there wasn't that much else to see, to be honest. Yeah. Yep, so that's KION from Dublin. The next one will be the Ryanair 737-800 Echo India Echo X-Ray Echo coming in from Dublin. Meanwhile, we have the TUi 737-800, which is just about to line up, heading to Larnaca, across to Cyprus. Is that jet in to collect you, Chris? No, not quite, Chris. Not quite. No, that's my budget only extends to a Ryanair flight, so we'll keep it at that. Just try and get the sorry, just the head of the tripod's been a little bit funny. There's a couple of crows just at the midpoint on the runway there. You see there's a few birds just off to the actually there's 2 or 3 in the centre there. And you can see them sitting right in the middle of the runway. Right, well, the TUi's going. Very nice indeed. That's one thing you can always guarantee with the flights to Cyprus or even Tenerife. They're always very, very well loaded with fuel. So that was nice. Right, we've got the Jet 2s all parked up there now, and British Airways A321. We won't be sat there in a couple of minutes, are you? Right there, Chris. You're right there, mate. So I've got those 3 there, and I'm sure 2 of them should be departing shortly. The Ryanair is just over Durham now. So we've got, actually we've got another departure to Cyprus. We've got Jet 2's 737-800, Juliet Bravo Charlie going at 3 o'clock. Then we've got Loganair to Exeter, another Jet 2 to Lanzarote, Dalaman and Tenerife. So as long as the battery life stays, we should get those going at about 3:30 in about half an hour. So the next movement will be Ryanair from Dublin. So TUi is basing a 787 at Newcastle next year. That'll be nice. Yeah, it will. It will. I think with the Cape Verde flights, the Orlando flight, and everything else, it's makes common sense. So next to go in a few minutes will be the Jet 2 anyway. Just want to say a big thank you to each and every one of you who's been tuned in for the live stream today. It's been brilliant. It's been really good. David Hartley, greetings from San Telmo, Buenos Aires. Hello. Great to have you on the live stream, David. Hope you're keeping well, mate. We're just waiting for a few of these Jet 2s to depart. They should be going shortly. And we've also got Ryanair 737-800 that's coming in. But welcome. I hope you're keeping well, mate. And Nicholas, yeah, it's coming on great, mate. It's coming on great. I mean, the main thing has just been making the arrangements and everything, getting all them sorted. The house is basically done. The only thing that is really left to do is in the office. So I need to get a worktop for the office in the next week or two, and then get that set up for flight sim and video editing and everything. Because we used to have in the office, we had a single bed, and I've got rid of that and put a high sleeper in, so it's basically half a bunk bed. You know, you got the top bunk, and underneath you can have an office space. So that's what I'm busy working on at the moment. But apart from that, everything's pretty much done and dusted. Just kind of making more preparations toward the big day, to be honest. So yeah, thanks for asking though, mate. Right, we've got a Piper that's just about to depart now. Piper Warrior, I think. It's just about to depart on 25 there. How long a worktop? I think it's about 6 or 7 feet. I think it's near a 7 foot long, because it's basically the full length of the bed. So, but obviously underneath. Oh, that's the Piper up. That's it up and away. If you do have an offcut spare by any chance, mate, that'd be fantastic. Thank you. I'll drop you a message on Twitter. That'd be marvellous. Thank you. Because I was looking at going to B&Q or my dad said about a place down down in Cramlington. So I was going to go and have a look there. But yeah, that'd be brilliant. That's the, sorry, just to say folks, that's the Jet2 737-800 to Larnaca, another flight to Cyprus. The blue tail, that's just pushed back there. So that'll be going very soon. It's 4 foot. Not to worry, mate, not to worry. Thank you for the thought though, I appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Does your wife to be like this kind of thing? Yeah, she doesn't mind it. She doesn't disapprove of it, which is the main thing. So, yeah. If she disapproved of it, then yeah, I think I'd be staying single for the rest of my years. Showing as a Cessna on Flight Radar 24. Well, if that's a Cessna, I don't know what a Piper looks like. Then dear me. That's all right, mate. I appreciate the thought. Thank you. Like I say, I'm going to have a look at either B&Q, MKM or Doves or something just to try and get an offcut. So, yep, I'm sure that they'll have one. Right, the Ryanair 737-800 is on the ILS approach now for runway 25. You can just see it there in the distance. And the Jet2 is about to taxi. I'm quite impressed. For an hour's live stream, we've barely gone through 50% of our battery, which for an hour's live stream so far is pretty good going. Right, that's the Jet2 taxiing. The TUi 737 MAX is descending down into Newcastle now. That'll be in shortly. Actually, that's a, yeah, I'm not sure if IKEA do the kind of worktops. I looked on their website, but they don't look like they do the kind of worktop that I'm after, which is essentially like a very thick chipboard one. Plus, I think, oh, what was the name of the place? My dad said. But anyway, this place they cut it to size and everything for you, so it's pretty good. So yeah, Jet 2 racing to the runway. Desperate to get to Cyprus. Yeah, I was kind of, to be honest with you, I was hoping it would have been a Max on the flight, but nope. We have had a Ryanair split scimitar based here as well. I think it was Echo India, Delta, Hotel Alpha. But yeah. Not to worry, these classic 737-800s will be going in a few years' time, so you better make the most of them. Oh, he's wiggling on the approach a bit, isn't he? There we go, beautifully done, nicely done. That's one place I haven't been to in, it's hard to believe actually, I haven't been there in a while. I need to get myself across to Dublin. I haven't been in ages. It's one place I'm going to have to go to. Curson and in Trent, hello, welcome to the live stream. Nice to have you with us. Should see the Jet 2 taxiing there at the background. Yep, there it is. It must be on the Guinness. Yep, John, it was very, very smooth. Very smooth indeed. It always makes me laugh because so many people like to lambast Ryanair for their poor landings, and yet to me they're no worse than any other airline. Just depends on the pilots you get on the day, to be honest, and on the conditions and all those other variables. So the Ryanair should be taxiing straight ahead to stand number 2. Presuming stand 2 is available because it seems to be taxiing at a very, very slow pace. The Jet 2 to Cyprus is just lining up on the runway now. There's the Jet 2, and again should be well loaded with fuel, so a nice long takeoff to nice long takeoff roll would be appreciated again. Yeah, exactly, Kirsten, exactly. And you know what? If you look at safety and if you look at stats, you know, stats don't lie. To have as many flights as Ryanair has had over the years with so few accidents is very, very impressive. It just shows you safety's got to be at the heart of operations. Here comes the Jet 2. V1, rotate. V2, positive rate, gear up. Interesting. The Ryanair has parked next to the British Airways on stand number 4. It's interesting. Usually the island flight goes to stand number 2. Depends how hard. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Wet weather, hard landings for Delta, heavy, nice. Nice, yeah, you can't beat it when it's wet and you get landings like that. Although, to be honest, the last 2 landings I had in wet weather were silky smooth. They were really, really good. Bit disappointing, in fact, because I was kind of anticipating it being solid, but it wasn't, so... Aye. Right, next up is TUi 737 MAX Golf Tango Uniform Mike Sierra. That's just at 19,000 feet. Should be in very shortly. Just having a look at Gatwick to see what the score is down there. It looks like everything's improved, which is good. Gonna have a lot of repositioning flights. A lot of repositioning flights. Be interested to know how they solved this drone issue at Gatwick. British Airways A321, one of the classic ones, one of the older ones. Golf Echo Uniform X-Ray Echo. ESL Airlines 737 and another Jet 2 in the background. Now just waiting for some more movements. Stand allocation is up to airport manager, Oliver. It is, mate. It's just interesting because I need to just double check. Don't think it is. No, it's not. That 737 is not based here at Newcastle. Usually, if it's one of our Newcastle-based aircraft, it'll go on that stand. But otherwise, the island flight to Dublin always goes on the same stand most of the time. Mind you, that is midweek. Got Loganair's Embraer 145, which will be going very soon across to Exeter, and then a few other movements very shortly. The Jet 2 from Girona, which is an hour and 20 away. Ryanair from Tenerife, an hour and 12. Don't know if we'll have enough battery life to catch them, but we'll certainly see if we can. Let's see how battery performs. Can hear the APU of an aircraft running. I think that might be the Loganair. Looks like they're still putting baggage in the back, so yeah, the Loganair looks almost ready to go. Empire biscuits, yes, I do, mate. We have them. We have those biscuits in our shop. Irving's Empire biscuits. They're very nice. Always go well with a cup of tea. I'm more of a chocolate bourbon person, to be honest. I'm so oppressed by that biscuit. Oh dear. Oh dear, Bob. Oh dear. BA manager's complaining to the ground controller about that as you speak. Oh, the indignity of being parked next to a British Airways. It's usually that way around rather than the other way around these days. Oh dear. See, there's some crew in that Jet 2, Golf Delta Foxtrot Sierra, so they'll be going soon. Yeah, that's right, that's right. You get Irvings as well, nice. They are nice biscuits. Well, not literal nice biscuits, but you know what I mean. I must admit, I'm quite impressed. I think it might have to do with the temperature and the weather, but battery is definitely holding up well today, so that is a good sign. We've got Aegean Airlines starting here to Newcastle in a few weeks' time, so Aegean is going to be flying from Athens to Newcastle using A320s, A320neos, so that'll be nice to see. And the TUi 737 MAX is just over Durham now, so that won't be too long. Zoom in on that Jet 2. Looks like either the crew's just on board or they're waiting for the passengers. I think they may be just waiting for the passengers to board. Aegean times are awful, yeah, the Aegean times are not great. You're right there, Sam. Right, that's the Loganair Embraer 145 just pushing back now. See that there, just on your screen. You got a theory about bad landings. They prefer more upholstered plastic seating, which makes a slightly different clank on a perfectly normal touchdown. Oh dear. Well, if that's the case, Nicholas, then it does seem to be working, which is good. So if it's anything to add to the brand value of it, then I suppose it works. There's the tartan tail just jutting up above the top of the hedge. You can tell how much warmer it is. There's loads and loads of insects about at the moment. As plausible as any other theory. Yep, you're absolutely right there, Bob. You're absolutely right there, mate. 6,000 feet now, the TUi 737 MAX is at, so should be in just a moment. I'm having a look to see if there's any business jets coming in that aren't on the filter. Doesn't look like there are. Loganair is going to Norwich. And we've also got, what else? notice those, to be honest. Newcastle. So 3:30, 3:30, and then the Dublin flight will go. So all those should go in the next 20 or so minutes, and then it gets quieter for about an hour. So between 3:55 and 4:30 there's only really one departure, and that's actually, there isn't even one departure because that one departure is now delayed. So that departure is delayed till 5:10. The flight plan's been changed at least to show that. Right, hand over to the Loganair. I need to fly with Loganair again one day, but it's so hard to get time at the moment. Shortbread Airlines, love that aircraft. Yep, same here, same here. It's one of, I think it's one of, or the last UK airline, or second last, because Eastern Airways were still doing complimentary. But it's pretty much the last major UK airline to still do complimentary drinks, complimentary snacks, and such a nice airline, great crew and everything as well. The Embraer 145, it's been going now for years and it's still a workhorse. It's hard to believe a lot of these airframes used to operate for British Airways Regional and Connect, BA Connect as it was, and now they're flying for Loganair. And the long taxi all the way down to the holding point. TUi 737 MAX is now established on the ILS approach for runway 25 and should be landing in just a moment. One departure and one arrival. Like I say, it's got a lot quieter now. Yeah, you can't beat that howl, especially if they're departing and they've got to use full takeoff thrust there, Sam. They really are impressive. Got a few aircraft going overhead, but unfortunately it's a bit too cloudy, so we cannot see them. But yeah, is this Loganair going to go before the Max? He's got time to, but no. Looks like he's holding short, yeah. Ah, that's a pity. I was looking forward to an immediate takeoff. So we've got the TUi 737 MAX there and Loganair ready to depart. And Google Hello used to hate working Sundays here. Much more enjoyable watching this. It's one thing working at the place, it's another just passing the time of day on a nice day off, it's much nicer. Delta Airlines overhead, Ferry Hill. Thank you very much, mate. Cheers for that, Chris. Right, here comes the Mighty Max. Nicely done, very nicely done. It's a while since I've seen Tango Uniform Mike Sierra, because we had Tango Uniform Mike Tango based here for a while, as well as Tango Uniform Mike Kilo. And Loganair's just going to line up behind. It's hard to believe just how long these Maxes were grounded for, and now they're back up and running again, just like nothing ever happened. It's time is a wonderful healer, so they say. At least they've managed to sort out most of those problems. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, John. So I think that's a fairly good rating for that landing. Wind is just blowing slightly off the centre of the runway, but yeah. Right, here goes the Loganair to Exeter. Very nice, very nice. There's the TUi, just all passengers are boarding that Jet 2, and the TUi is just pulling in onto the stand. The Max documentary is good, yeah. I've seen snippets of it, but I haven't seen the whole thing. Yeah. You were the guy last year who was desperately hoping to be stranded in Tenerife with volcanoes in Iceland. Actually, do you remember the volcano in oh man, where was it again? Was it El Hierro? One of the islands in the Canaries, and there was that eruption, and yeah, I remember a few of my friends were hoping they would get stranded there, but sadly for them, they weren't. But yeah. Right, folks, the camcorder battery life is just about dead, so we're going to have to change the camcorder battery. So I'm going to have to just quickly turn the camcorder off, change battery, and then put a new one in. So live stream will be going off for just a few seconds, and then it'll be back on again. So just bear with me. Bear with me one momento. There we go. And that's us back and live again, folks. I'll quickly change the battery on that one. There we go. Audio and video should all be restored now, folks. La Palma, that was it, Stephen. That was it. Aye, La Palma. I never read much into it after that, but it'd be interesting to know what if that whole thing is over now. See, all the passengers are just boarding the Jet 2 there. There's a few specks of rain about. But, there's a few dribs and drabs here and there. But, hopefully it doesn't come to too much. We'll see how it goes. You alright, mate? Not bad, you? So yeah, we'll see how it goes. The stairs have just been taken up to that TUi 738. Ready for all passengers to disembark. There we go, and that's the there's a few more spots of rain. I hope it doesn't get any heavier. There we go, and that's the first passengers just coming off now. So there's a little bit of lull in activity now. The next one to depart should be the Jet 2 in theory. Jet 2 should be going soon, hopefully. There's quite a fair few passengers coming off that max. There's the and Sam, see the P8 was doing late circuits the other night. I saw that because I think it flew down to Newquay, and then afterwards it came up here. There's a NOTAM at the moment which restricts any aircraft, military or civilian, from doing circuits or training. So yeah, midweek, I think particularly around about the 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock time, it's not really permitted. So yeah, outside of those times tends to be fine. Looks like that's the dispatcher just gone on board the Jet 2, so the Jet 2 should just about be ready to go. Doesn't look like there's any passengers going on the rear. Oh no, there's still more. Yeah, Max looks like it's quite another busy flight. There's a whole queue of people waiting to get on the Jet 2 on Golf Delta Foxtrot Sierra there. Whole queue of people at the front door. Meanwhile, the rear door is empty. Or the rear stairs are empty, I should say. So, let's have a look, see when the next arrival is. Next arrival is British Airways A320 Golf Echo Uniform Delta from Heathrow. That'll be landing in 20 minutes. It's just approaching Leeds right now. Then after that we've got Air France's Embraer 190. That's just approaching London from Paris Charles de Gaulle, Foxtrot Hotel Bravo Lima Sierra. Then we've got Ryanair's 737-800 from Tenerife, just over Cornwall, over Newquay at the moment. That's about 45 minutes away. And then Jet2 737-800 from Girona, which is about an hour away. So got about another 4 movements to go. And also, if this decides to load up, we've also got KLM's 737-800 Papa Hotel Bravo X-Ray Lima, which is just taxiing to depart now at Amsterdam. So should have those movements coming in the next hour. Seeing what that is as well. There's a Rockwell Commander filed. Oh no, it's just got Newcastle down for some weird reason. So yeah, anyway, we've got a few movements still to come, folks. It's over Leeds, yeah, it's not far to go now. Looks like the cleaners and that are just going on board the TUi now. The Jet 2 looks like it's ready to go. The front door is locked and looks like it'll be ready for pushback in a minute. John, do I hear sheep? Yes, you do hear sheep indeed, mate. Plenty of them. Plenty of sheep, plenty of lambs around at the moment. It's that time of year. A little bit of a heavy cloud just coming in from the west there with a few spots of rain. And it's forecast to be heavy at around about 5 o'clock, so if it does get too heavy we'll have to call it a day. But we'll see how we get on. Let's have a look. The runway, I think that's that Piper we had depart before is just doing touch and go. I think so. Nope, looks like he's landed. British Airways is descending now. It's just passing through 19,000 feet and should be on the ground in 20 minutes. Hopefully it arrives before this rain does, because this rain feels like it's getting closer. The temperature has dropped and it's definitely getting a bit cooler. That's the Piper there. Oh, we've got the police helicopter just departing as well. Impasse 3, 2. There we go, that's Impasse up, the police helicopter. Now just waiting on that Jet 2, the rear door's been locked, and just waiting on the front door to close. And soon the other one will be pushing back there, the one on stand number 5. I think what I can see the front door still open actually. That won't be going anywhere quickly. I'll have to do a late stream to catch the cargo 737. The only problem with that, Sam, is the around when the ESL 737 goes out, there aren't that many movements at about that time, so it's I mean, you think now it's fairly busy for a Sunday afternoon in comparison, but yeah, we'll have to do that one evening, mate. Just try and pick a day when there's more movements. Just pan that back up again. Pan along to the Jet 2 and the TUi. India 99 has been up and down the Tyne all morning. Feel the worst. Yeah, it's never good when you see that. Never good at all. That's the TUi crew members just coming off the 737 MAX now, and I presume the next crew will be getting on board. Ryanair's 737-800 is pushing back. The 737-8 to Dublin. That's them just pushing back now. Pretty much bang on time. Estimated time departure is 3:45, and 3:47 it's pushing back. Pretty good timing. Few more spits of rain just starting now, folks. Quick look on the weather radar. Yeah, it looks like it's moving its way in from the west at the moment. Charlie Elsden, lovely weather down in Portsmouth. Very nice, mate. Very nice. It was nice here earlier on. It was much brighter and a bit more sunshine, but it's just it's forecast for a couple of heavy showers later on, around about 5 o'clock. And on the weather radar, you can see them moving in now. So hopefully, we can get a little bit more content before we have to leave. It's the Ryanair just taxiing now. Golf Echo Uniform Delta's just over your house. Alright, nice, nice. Should be seeing that on the approach in just a minute, Nicholas. Shouldn't be too long. It is, yeah, definitely, it is. Although it depends, because last year we had an exceptionally warm summer at one point. There's the other Jet 2 just pushing back there. 737-800 Juliet Zulu Bravo Lima or Bravo Romeo, I can't see that. Anyway, there's a few a couple of movements now anyway, and Golf Golf Delta Foxtrot Sierra is pretty much completed boarding now and is ready to go. The wind has died down and it looks like our Ryanair flight to Dublin is going off runway 07 instead, just to get out of the airport a little bit quicker. There we go, Echo India, Echo X-ray Echo, and that's I'm just about to line up on runway 07. And Charlie, you're right. It does depend where you are. It's amazing the difference even between the very north of Scotland and the very south. You know, you can have nearly a 10 to 20 degree difference at times, depending on the weather. It looks like instead of... Okay, that makes more sense. The Ryanair is backtracking down runway 07 to depart off runway 25. And the reason for that is because the Jet 2 that was on the remote stand, I think, or around the corner, that has been pushed back. And the other Jet 2, which has also been pushed back off stand, is already taxiing. So we've got one Jet 2 taxiing across to runway 25, and the other one has been pushed back to allow that out of the out from the stands. That makes more sense. Golf Delta Romeo Tango India and Golf Juliet Zulu Bravo Delta. So two of them. The Ryanair's backtrack down to Charlie. And is now taxiing to Delta 1, runway 25. There we go, that makes more sense. BA is quite close here. Yep, the BA should just, yep, I can see it now, he's just establishing on the ILS for runway 25. Charlie, yes I have. I've been down there and to Southampton and Bournemouth as well. So we've got another Jet 2 just taxiing out. So we've got Ryanair, Jet 2, another Jet 2, and another Jet 2. So we've got Juliet Zulu, Bravo Papa just taxiing out there as well. So we've got 4 departures now. Nice little bit of activity. And the Ryanair to Dublin is lining up on runway 25. Meanwhile, the British Airways is on the approach to runway 25. Alright, we'll pan back over to the runway. It's the Ryanair lined up and ready to go. It's the Ryanair rolling now. now we've got the British Airways A320 Golf Echo Uniform Delta, just about to land on 25 from Heathrow. Did you like it? It was a nice place. It was one of those places I just basically visited, and it was a quick in and out visit. Right, we got the 3 Jet 2s. 1, 2, and number 3. The other Jet 2 Golf Delta Foxtrot Sierra is just about to push back now. Meanwhile, here comes the BA. Very nicely done. John Driscoll, yeah, wind change. No, it was, the wind is still westerly, and even though the windsock has died down compared to where it was before, it's still westerly for 25. Oh, John Driscoll, thank you very much, mate. That's very kind of you. BA vacating, Jet 2 lining up. Gives you an idea of, we've got the BA in, and we've got them two Jet 2s there as well. Right, that's the other Jet 2 all lined up, ready to go. Okay, we've got the Air France is just approaching Leeds now, it's 20 minutes out. And we've got the Ryanair from Tenerife just descending toward over Chester, so those movements will be arriving soon. KLM is just to the east of Hull at 37,000 feet, about to descend. So another 20 or so minutes, and we'll have a few movements as well. Yeah, yeah, right.
Hiya.
There we go, and that's the Jet 2 rolling. Nice rotation there. Next up, Jet 2 Holidays 737-800 lining up. That was very that was either a derated one or it was very well laden with fuel. Where's it off to? Dalaman. That'll explain it. Newcastle to Dalaman, and got next one to Lanzarote. Next one is Lanzarote, and then Tenerife. Also we've got Jet 2's 737-800 Golf Delta Foxtrot Sierra, which is just pushing back now, so we've got a nice flurry of activity. And also got not one, but two British Airways tails. A321 will be going out later this evening. Newcastle Tower, the busy shift. Yep, it is indeed. And the skies are getting darker. Yeah, that's what you're getting on the coast there, Sam. That's what we've just had over here on the west side of the airport. Right, next up is Jet 2 Holidays. Another low rotation like that would be very nice. You missed that departure. Oh, typical. Well, you didn't miss much, mate, because someone kind of got in the way of the shot a bit. So yeah, we had a couple of cyclists go past, so I missed a little bit of it. Runway inspection ongoing, and a spider trying to crawl up the HDMI cable. Presuming there's a problem, or there's been a bird strike or something, because the Jet 2 is taxiing down and off the runway, so I'm not sure. I don't have ATC, so I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, I'm wondering if the previous aircraft has reported a bird strike or something. Nothing obvious to see. It's moving forward. Yeah, I know. It's. I think they're just doing a runway inspection, general bird patrol, but yeah, I don't know. Very weird. Very weird. Either way, that poor Jet 2, who was probably ready to rock and roll, is now behind the other Jet 2, also going to the Canaries, so now he's just going to have to wait his turn. Ooh, dear me. Yeah, I think that's the case. It's just exiting the runway to complete the inspection, Ewan, yep. So we've still got those Jet 2s to depart, and next we also have the Air France, which is just at 15,000 feet. We've got a stream of arrivals coming in, and yeah, they won't be too much. Oh, we've also got, I forgot about this one, Aer Lingus ATR Golf Charlie Mike Kilo, which is coming in from Belfast City, so that's just 30 minutes away, so we'll get that as well. Right, try again. Here goes the Jet 2. This time it's not the flight to Lanzarote, it's the Tenerife flight. The other one had to vacate the runway, so now here we go with Golf Juliet Zulu Bravo Delta to Tenerife. So this should be a good one. See, there's some more birds just landed on the runway there. See, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 crows. Move out of the way, crows. The other Jet2 738. This is the one that should have taken off first, but is now now going second. Ferry Hill, KLM's over Hartlepool, Air France over Darlington. Yes, happy days. What a good... It's funny, it can be very busy at the airport, then very quiet, and it just kind of... just varies all the time. Yeah, there was a fair few of those birds on the runway. So next up we have lined up Jet2's 4-year-old 737-800 Golf Juliet Zulu Bravo Papa. Now Jet2 have recently started installing split scimitar winglets on their 737-800 fleet, as Ryanair have, and Jet2 have begun to do likewise. So be interesting to see some of them at Newcastle this summer with them, if we get any. Right, here goes the 738. Cool. That was very cool. Do love a nice late rotation. That was brilliant. Very nice indeed. Ryanair just over Leyburn. It is indeed, mate. It is indeed. Jet2 split winglet is just one or two for now, as they purchased them. A lot of airline that had them installed. There's rumours that they are going to add them. It makes sense too, especially when you look at the fuel burn difference. The fuel burn difference is massive. So yeah, it makes common sense. The other Jet2 737-800 Golf Delta Foxtrot Sierra. It's parked up over there and is just waiting to taxi. And the other TUi 737 MAX is also just ready to getting ready with passengers soon to board. And that'll be going out at about 20 to 5, so in about another 30 minutes or so. Let's so the Air France is, let's have a look. Air France is just over to the north of Sunderland and should be landing in just a minute, in theory. See you in a bit, mate. Take care. So we've got the Air France just about to arrive, and the Ryanair's at 11,000 feet, just to the south of Bishop Auckland. Don't think there's any business jets coming in, not from the looks of it, and the KLM is descending through 27,000 feet over Scunthorpe way. Lufthansa's delayed, unfortunately. I think we'll miss the Lufthansa. It's not due until 5:30, unfortunately. You've got one PC spare, Dalaman, or if you can do anything. Thanks, mate. I'm struggling at the moment because I don't even have space for my own PC because I haven't got the desk and everything set up. But thank you though. It's very, very kind of you. Right, Jet2 737-800 is just taxiing now. Golf Golf Delta Foxtrot Sierra. So we'll probably stay live, folks. We'll probably stay alive for another 30 minutes to an hour just to get the rest of these movements coming in. Been live now for just over 2 hours and 10 minutes, so doing quite well today. But we'll try and stay alive for another 30 minutes to an hour, and then I reckon we will call it a day. As I say, there are rain showers forecast, and I really don't want to get caught in one of those because as soon as they start, they are absolutely torrential. There we go, that's Delta Foxtrot Sierra taxiing. I've been really impressed as well with some of the takeoffs, the low takeoffs, as you can see in relation to the hedge and everything, has been, they're always quite spectacular. Before I came up here earlier on, I wasn't going to bring my hat and coat, but to be honest, since this cloud cover has arrived, it's actually pretty chilly, and I'm pleased I did bring it. I can see that there's still about 30 of you all tuned in at the moment watching. Really appreciate all of those of you who have been here from the start, and all of our DR channel members as well. It's lovely to have each and every one of you on board this afternoon. You in a delayed Jet2 from Girona is 25 minutes away. Outbound flight divert East Midlands, and they got on a new aircraft. Ah, interesting. I didn't realise that. Thank you for that, mate. That's very interesting. Cheers. Luckily, shouldn't be too delayed. That's brilliant. I didn't realise that. I was just having a look on Flight Radar. I see what you mean now. Oh, that's cool. Golf Delta Romeo Tango Foxtrot. Yeah, so Delta Romeo Tango Foxtrot has been a Birmingham or East Midlands based 738, so yeah, it's running about 2 hours late, but that's not. Air France has, excuse me, Air France has just turned on to the final approach for runway 25. Next up, excuse me, I've got the hiccups and I haven't even eaten or drank anything. Dear me. Question is, who's going to go first? Jet2 or will the Air France arrive? KLM's just following that Jet2 in from Girona. Yeah, the wind has picked up, and I'm just going to have a look to the west to see how bad the weather looks, because... Oh, actually, Pola's just coming into land. Oh dear. There's a big, big black cloud, and it's absolutely lashing it down over toward the west. And that is... Oh, I thought the Jet2 was going there for a second. Huh. Yeah, it's absolutely lashing it down over there toward the west. There's a police helicopter just landing. And then Air France is on final. It looked like the Jet 2 was about to go for an immediate departure, but suddenly has stopped. Right. Jet 2's holding short of the runway, and the Air France Embraer 190 is on final approach. Like I say, folks, if this shower of rain does develop and come in our direction, sadly I'll have no choice but to end the live stream, I'm afraid. Just can't risk damaging anything, I'm afraid. Beautiful. And that's the Air France down. Marvellous. India just done a sweep with a tine again, right. Did a positioning flight after a Birmingham to Stansted. Oh, nice. Thanks for that, mate. Very interesting. See Air France. Air France Embraer just arrived from Paris Charles de Gaulle. I'm hoping at the end of the year we might get an Air France Airbus A220, or as most of us know the plane as, the C series. I'm hoping we might get one of them at Newcastle, because as of yet we have still not had one of the aircraft type here at Newcastle. So we've had most aircraft apart from the C series / A220. So hopefully this year might be the year when we actually do see one, which would be nice. Right, here goes the Jet 2, Golf Golf Delta Foxtrot Sierra, one of my most spotted 737-800s. I've taken more photos and videos of this Jet 2 738 than virtually any other aircraft. See the Ryanair there in the background on the approach. Fantastic. Next we have the Ryanair 737-800 from Tenerife. That's just coming into land now. That is it. Just there on the approach. Remember going on a CityJet BE, oh that would have been the RJ85, nice, from Newcastle, Paris. Yeah, I used to love seeing the CityJet RJ85s. Unfortunately, didn't quite get the chance to fly on one. Well, one of CityJet's anyway. But me and my mate went across to Sweden to fly on an RJ100 with Brathens, or Fly BRA as they're known as, and we flew from Gothenburg across to Stockholm on what turned out to be the last day that that aircraft ever flew for the airline. So It was sort of like the week before the start of the lockdowns and everything, and yeah, that day was basically the aircraft's last day of operations, and it was flown into storage, and then it ended up in Norwich, where I believe it still is even up until today. So yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. Kissed it. Kissed the touchdown markers. Some of you may have just noticed I've switched to manual focus, mainly because it's getting darker and there's less light, and the autofocus just is struggling like mad, so just changed to manual focus for now, so we can get a better shot of the aircraft. It means it's not constantly blurring for anyone watching. Oh, thank you very much, Nick. It's very kind of you, mate. I'll send you on Twitter. It's not too dissimilar to my old address, because I've literally just moved from one side to the other side, so it's virtually no different. But I think the existing tenants might complain if they keep getting my mail. Took about 6 months to get that changed. But that's very kind of you, mate. Thank you very much. So next up we've got Jet 2 and then KLM coming in. I've had a good number of movements today. It's hard to believe it was 2 hours ago, pretty much since the Emirates departed, and we're still alive. Way. According to the laptop, which I trust a little bit more now because it's been a little bit more accurate since I changed a couple of settings, and the settings have definitely allowed us to do longer live streams because it's not using the CPU, and because it's not using the CPU, it's able to remain cooler. I changed the rendering thing and it seems to be working better, so today was a bit of an experiment, but so far it seems to have worked. Right, that's the steps going on to the 7.3. So according to this, we've got an hour and 10 minutes battery life remaining, which is brilliant. So yeah, Jet 2, KLM and Lingus are all just coming in now, so we've got them in just a moment. And Lufthansa E190 Delta Alpha Echo Charlie India has departed Frankfurt and is en route. Oh my god, a 737 MAX coming in. Ryanair 737 MAX, that's in 2 hours. Unfortunately we'll miss that, but that's handy for anyone else who wants to see it. And Janet Lowe, it's been a nice chilled stream, JW, thank you. Oh, it's Snowballer. It's been lovely to have everyone on board today. It's been really good. I'm just chuffed that we've managed to do have a live stream for longer than an hour, which is quite nice. But, like I say, I had to play around with the settings. Changed a couple of things in OBS. Didn't test it at home even, and so far seems to be working. So that is a positive. So we've got 3 arrivals coming in just a few moments, folks. Aer Lingus, Jet 2 and KLM. So stick around because we'll still have some action. I'm just very worried about this rain shower because this rain shower is looking pretty bad. I'm gonna look on my little weather radar, and what's the weather radar saying? Yeah, the weather radar is showing a nice big area of rain heading right in our direction from over Hexham way, so potentially these next few arrivals may be our last ones, but we will I'll endeavour to stay live as long as I possibly can, but if it does start raining heavily, folks, unfortunately that's going to be it. Shame you didn't get Trump's 757 the other day. I know, do you know what? That 757, Sam, it's eluded me for ages now. Every single time I've tried to get Trump's 757, I've missed it. It's a pain. I would love to see it, because it's a cracking livery and whatnot. But yeah, hopefully might get to see it one day. I've seen Air Force One, which was a big thing for me. Yeah, I've been wanting to see Air Force One for years, and finally managed to get it at Edinburgh Airport the other year, which was great. But yeah, the Lufthansa is delayed till 5:38. Sam, thanks, mate. Yeah, see that on flight radar, unfortunately, but for those of you who don't know, it's raining heavily around the airport, so just in case you don't know. So if I just pan around and see how dark it gets, and then just over there in the distance, as you can see, it is raining over there, and it's quite heavy as well. And over toward the west, there's some very heavy rain showers developing. It's just jet black from here. The Jet 2 is just turning in on the approach now. If we zoom in, we can see Jet 2 just turning in. It's quite weird because I've just seen him come out from that behind that black cloud. So that's the Jet 2 coming in on the approach. I imagine if this weather gets any worse, it might cause a few issues for any inbound traffic trying to avoid weather, that is. Just heard the Aer Lingus go over. That's the Jet 2 on the approach though. John Driscoll, enjoyed the stream today, JW. Hope to see you soon. Definitely see you again soon, John. It's been lovely to have you on board, mate, and thank you so much for joining. You take care of yourself. KLM's coming over your house now, Sam. Fantastic. That's the Jet 2 on the approach, as you can see on the screen. Yeah, the Aer Lingus is avoiding. There's a big area of bad weather, and that Aer Lingus is avoiding it completely. So they're vectoring them in behind the KLM. If you look on Flight Radar 24, you'll be able to see that. So oh, and it's very cold now, and I really need my coat. EasyJet from Bristol, Golf Echo Zulu Whiskey Hotel is just about to depart Bristol, but again, I don't imagine we'll be live for that. Right, landing gears down, landing lights are on. Looks like the Jet 2 is ready on the approach. KLM is just turning in behind the Jet 2, so you might see him on the screen in just a second as it will be vectored in onto the approach. Oh yeah, there it is, I can see the KLM now. And on your screen in a second, folks, you will see the KLM pass behind the Jet 2 as the KLM looks like he's been sent through the localizer. Yep, there he is. Oh, that's a cool shot. Yeah, it looks like he's just been sent through the localizer to the north. Oh, now he's been brought back round, yep, so he's been brought through the localizer all the way around and then back onto it. Thunderstorms are forecast, they are indeed, mate, yep, they are indeed. Okay, now if KLM's quick enough, we might just get the two of them in the same shot. Yep, that's the KLM there. So that's the Jet 2 on the approach and the KLM on the approach, just established on the ILS behind. Marvellous. Anyway, that's the more important of the one. Jet 2 landing. Beautiful. Oh, it's gotten a lot colder now. Got another Jet 2 737-800 just pushing back from stand now, so that should be going in just a moment. It's another departure to add to the list. Belfast flight is behind. Yes, Belfast flight will just be... I can't see the Aer Lingus yet, but I think it's just been vectored in behind the KLM. As soon as I can see it, I'll focus on the approach there. Oh yeah, I can see the Aer Lingus now. The Aer Lingus is just on the crosswind, about on the base even, about to turn onto the final. So yeah, that Jet 2 has just arrived. That is Golf Delta Romeo Tango Foxtrot, and the story behind that is quite interesting, as Ewan pointed out before. So the original flight diverted to East Midlands and was replaced with another 737-800, and that's this one that's just arrived. Right, there we go. Look at that. Oh, another cool approach one. ATR and KLM 737-800 both on the approach together. I love approach shots. I remember one year we had a whole load of movements coming in, and yeah, that was a cool day plane spotting, because you could get basically 3 planes in the same shot on the approach. Barely ever see it nowadays. I think at the time it was something like Emirates, British Airways, and Thomas Cook or something at the time. Or Avion Express, that was it. It was Avion Express. Touchdown. Oh, bounce, bounce. Nice, nice. Keep it down. That's it. KLM's landed, and the KLM, I reckon, is going to have to go all the way down to the end of the runway, because the Jet 2 is still blocking the high-speed exit. So KLM is going to have to go all the way down, because Jet 2 is holding in position there, and the other Jet 2 is just taxiing out now. So yeah, that one is just taxiing out. Anyway, we'll focus on the KLM, because how many KLMs do I see every hour? Not many. We'll focus on something we haven't seen much of. Ryanair flight due in at 5:04. Brilliant, brilliant. Papa Hotel, Bravo, X-Ray, Lima. Looks, it's getting busy now. One Jet 2 taxiing to depart, one that's just landed, and the KLM that is about to, that's just landed as well. Next we've got the Aer Lingus that's about to, touch down. Please give this, thank you very much, Paul, that's very, very kind of you, thank you, mate. Ferry Hill, it is, I always love it when you get a couple on the approach in the same shot, absolutely love it. It's a bit like this shot here, you get the KLM, get the Jet 2, and you get the other Jet 2, you get 3 in 1. I love shots like that. Nicholas Jerry would be, yeah man, he would. Oh dear. Right, that's them there, and next we have Aer Lingus. And not just any Aer Lingus, a UK registered Aer Lingus under a Gulf reg, which is really cool to see. An ATR 72 on a G reg. Gently, very nice, very, very nice. A couple of birds just crossing over as they land. Very considerate of those birds. Not. EasyJet due in at 5:21. Yep, I think we may have run out of battery life by then, because I mean my battery's been exceptionally good today. Let's consider our normal live stream is about 1 hour and 40 to 2 hours. We've done 2 hours and 40 minutes so far, so I think asking the battery to go anything beyond that would be asking a little bit much. Just need to autofocus this a second, folks. There we go. Makes the airplane a little bit clearer. Oh, I love seeing Aer Lingus's ATRs. I don't know why, right? But the old livery, the all green, was nice, but there's something about the green and the white just looks really clean and really nice. There are certain other liveries where to me it just doesn't work. So for instance, Lufthansa's new livery with just the dark blue, I still don't really like it that much. I've seen it a lot at Frankfurt and lots of different other airports, but to me I just don't like the Euro white livery in their case. Malta have just come up with one as well, which looks terrible. And yet to me, Aer Lingus with the green titles and the green shamrock, it just looks really clean. I know some people still hate it and prefer the old livery, which I understand, but as far as redesigned liveries go, I don't think Aer Lingus's is bad at all. If anything, I think it's quite good and one of the better ones. Jet 2 737-800 just lining up. So there we go. Oh, Nicholas, that's very kind of you, mate. Have a bit of fuel. Cheers for the stream, mate. That's very kind of you, Nicholas. Thank you so much, mate. Really, really appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Right, here comes the Jet 2, just departing off runway 25. I'm not sure where this one is going to, I didn't check. Up, up and away. we go. It's the Jet 2 away. Now I need to consult flight radar. We've got all the passengers just getting on board got the passengers waiting aboard the Ryanair, and we've got the other passengers boarding the TUi 737 MAX. So we've got those two ready to go. So still got about 23% battery life remaining, so yeah, we've got done quite well. It reckons we've got about an hour left of battery, but I want to be a bit more conservative and say half an hour to 45 minutes. Can see there's 42 of you all tuned in again. Welcome to each and every one of you. It's lovely to have you with us. And Nicholas, a big thank you again, mate. That's really kind of you. Thank you so much. We've got Ryanair from Gran Canaria, Echo India Echo Victor Victor. It's only about 30 minutes away, so we'll probably get that. What else have we got? Got Lufthansa, which is 48 minutes away. I think unfortunately our battery will be dead by then. EasyJet from Bristol. I think it might be attainable to get the EasyJet as our last movement, and the Ryanair from Gran Canaria. I think those two will probably do us. If by any chance the Lufthansa makes up time, we may just have enough battery life to get it, but I'm not being that optimistic, because everyone knows what happens when I'm overly optimistic. We end up with a live stream where I end up trying to conclude the live stream, the battery dies, and everyone wonders what's happened. So we'll try not to have that today. You're still here, Sam. Oh, you're a top man. We've got the British Airways A320 Golf Echo Uniform Delta has just pushed back there. I'm just going to have a look and see where this rain cloud is, because it's getting very dark over on the approach. So on the approach, just to give you a comparison, if you look straight ahead on the approach there, from this end it's nice and bright and there is a little bit of cloud. As soon as you look toward the right, over to the south, it is just jet black. You can see all that rain and everything is sitting just over to the south there. Janet Lowe, will we see you again before the wedding? Yes, hopefully so. I've got another trip to the airport planned in the next week or so. So yeah, hopefully. It might not necessarily be Newcastle, it may be Edinburgh, but yes, I'm hoping to do at least one more before the wedding. And then after that, we will see. It might be a while after that, but we'll see how it goes. Stephen Marchant, VA shuttles on pushback. Yeah, that's it in front of us there, mate. Ready to rock and roll and head to Heathrow. Yeah, so just over to the west behind me, folks. It's very black and very wet over in the distance, so I keep hoping it won't arrive here, but it looks like it's going to. We just need it to pass to the south of us and it'll be absolutely fine. There's a couple of skylarks about. You might be able, I'm not sure if you can hear them on the live stream, but there's a couple of skylarks out and about. Is it rare to have two BA aircraft in at once, Ferry Hill? No, it's no, not really. They've increased some of the services, so it's quite normal at times, especially weekends. If aircraft and crews are needing rotated, then yeah, usually it happens. In fact, actually, I was going through some footage there the other day. One day when we had 6 British Airways on the ground at once, when we had a whole load of diversions from Heathrow, which was cool. So yeah, it's not unusual. Well, to have 6 is unusual, but to have 2 isn't. We do often have 2. Sam, 23 minutes out for the Ryanair. Happy days. Not long to go. Ryanair's just over north of Manchester. I'm just monitoring, in case you're all wondering, I am monitoring my battery life on the laptop, because the last thing we want is for it to suddenly discharge quickly, especially the temperature has dropped a lot even since I started here, so batteries and low temperatures never tend to go well together, so I am just keeping an eagle eye on it. EasyJet is just approaching Manchester, so not too far away. I was just wondering if that, because Ewan said about them switching that 737-800 to Golf Delta Romeo Tango Foxtrot. I was wondering if they might reposition it to down East Midlands or Birmingham or something, but there's no flight plan in, so I presume it's going to be staying here at Newcastle. What's the registration of the Skylarks and are they on flight radar? Neil Smith, I think the registration of the Skylark, I think one of them is Golf Sierra Kilo Yankee Echo, and the other one is Golf Lima Alpha Romeo Kilo. I think that's the registrations for them. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you look on the registry and on the database, they might show up as something else, but I'm pretty certain that's their registrations. Oh dear. That would be quite That'd be quite fun, that. Having birds with registrations. Golf Charlie Romeo Oscar Whiskey. Golf Papa Delta Golf November. In fact, I think one of those might actually be a registration. I'm sure G-Hawk is. I'm sure it is. It's a British Airways up. Very nice. Very nice. So Ryanair and the TUi should be going in the next few minutes. The TUi, I think the rear steps have already been moved away and it's just ready for pushback now. Probably not, as you've got the right amount of planes there. If it was to go down to East Midlands, we wouldn't have enough. Alright, that makes sense, mate. That makes sense. Yeah, just made us wonder if there was any chance. That BA seemed a bit wobbly when picking up speed on the runway, James. Hi. The thing is, at the moment, because of the thunderstorms around, thunder showers, I should say, so obviously a few bits of wind, a few drafts, and so on. So, yeah. On the other hand, the shaking could have been my filming. There's every possibility it was my filming as well. Don't discount that. Right, next movement is, unless the TUi or the Ryanair's still boarding, TUi should be going. TUi was due out 10 minutes ago. Next one out should be the TUi in theory. Next one in is the Ryanair from Gran Canaria. Echo India, Echo Victor Victor. And that's arriving in 15 minutes. EasyJet from Bristol is due in 24 minutes. I'm still fairly confident we'll have enough battery life to get the EasyJet and nothing else. So we'll see how my theory turns out. Oh, also the Aer Lingus. Aer Lingus should be going out as well. Aer Lingus isn't due out till 5:20 actually, saying that. Echo India, Echo Bravo Sierra. Oh, is that Bravo? Oh, it is. So all the passengers who are boarding the flight now are heading to Riga. Now, I want to pay attention to how many people actually board, because when I flew across to Riga, it wasn't busy by any means, but I have been informed and told that the passenger numbers have picked up since I flew to Riga. God, that's weird. It's months since I flew to Riga. When did I fly there? I flew there in December? That's the weird thing, having a Ryanair base now. We've got all these nice routes to all these nice places. We're very spoiled. Very, very spoiled. To be honest, Ewan, I'd love to see, and it would be nice if it happened, I'd love to see us get an A321neo based here at one point. But whether or not it happens, I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. Right. There's a nice line of passengers waiting there. I was amazed when I flew across to Riga last time. There wasn't many passengers going there, but there was loads of passengers coming back. But just judging from the amount of people there, there's quite a fair few. TUi 737 MAX stairs are away and it's ready for pushback by the looks of it. There's quite a few passengers on that Riga flight. That's brilliant, brilliant. I'm pleased to see some of the new routes doing well out of Newcastle. Really pleased. Interestingly, the one I was on, some of you might have seen the video across to Shannon, Interestingly, that route, Ryanair have extended the bookings for it all the way through until next year. Initially, you could only book it till October, and then the same week that I took my flight, Ryanair extended the bookings right the way through till March 2024. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Nicholas, sorry, James, probably a crosswind. Yeah, probably. Should be 9 by summertime. Wow, that'll be good. That'll be good. No one ever tell anyone, but when I got on the forklift at work, I request pushback for November. November India Charlie Hotel Oscar Lee Michael Alpha Sierra, sorry. Oh dear. Stephen Marchant, thank you so much, mate. Gotta go, mate. All the best for the wedding. Just remember to say I do. I will indeed, mate. I have every intention of doing that. That's super kind of you, Stephen. Thank you so much, mate. Now, hope you have a cracking week. Really appreciate your support, mate. Thank you so much. Really means a lot. I think if I don't say, I think if I don't say I do, I think I'll be in big trouble otherwise. Ryanair's not too far out now. Ryanair's just below 10,000 now. You want an Emirates based here, but it'll never happen. No, I don't think we're ever going to get an Emirates, mate. I don't think we're ever going to get one of those. Thank you so much again, Stephen. Really, really appreciate it, mate. Thank you again. And everyone today has been really, really kind. Really appreciate all of your support. 99% chance we will, but we'll be a while probably until we have a Newcastle-based A321neo. It would be nice if we do. It'd be really, really nice if we could. It's, I mean, we've had the 757s in the past, and obviously we had the New York routes and so on, and well, I know it was a seasonal one, albeit over Christmas, but still it was a good route to have. I think the Aer Lingus already pushed? No, it can't have. I could hear something starting its engines, but I wasn't sure what. Shannon replaced Cork as a Shannon route, a Shannon-based Ryanair aircraft, whereas Cork was a Newcastle-based. That's right. But again, I was surprised at how low the passenger numbers were. But hopefully they pick up. I'm hoping it'll do well over the summer. I just couldn't believe there was less than 20 people on my flight. It was crazy. Had the entire aeroplane to myself basically. It was quite nice. Don't get me wrong, but in terms of it being profitable, you know. Oh, Air France. Air France is taxiing, folks. Air France is taxiing. Air France E190, there it is. I nearly forgot about the Air France still being here. Do you think Ryanair's expansion in Newcastle is a good thing for the airport, or does it take up spaces for other and bigger airlines to come into the place? I'm not being unkind, James, but you can't get a bigger low-cost carrier in Europe than Ryanair. If you have an airline likes of Ryanair, you're winning. There are some airports which are crying out for Ryanair to launch routes there and to launch flights there. Yes, they're cheap. Yes, they're well known as being quite cutthroat. But at the end of the day, they do something for an airport which not even EasyJet or Wizz Air can do, and that is they can take you from 0 to 1 million in no time. People will argue, but Wizz Air have done it here, EasyJet have done it there. EasyJet and Wizz Air can do it, but they cannot do it on the same scale that Ryanair can. Ryanair's proved it time and again in Spain, in Ukraine, wherever it goes. And it's interesting because we used to have an EasyJet base here, and the EasyJet base was well supported and it was well liked by passengers and crews, but EasyJet particularly over the last 5 to 10 years, have strayed away from their low-cost base. Ryanair has stayed integral to its low-cost base whilst making logical changes to likes of your carry-on luggage and different things. Those things have always been like that in terms of what you're charged for, but it's more streamlined now. Anyway, getting away from the point, the fact is Ryanair can connect you to virtually anywhere, whereas other airlines are good at connecting you to destinations, whereas Ryanair can put you into another one of their hubs and take you onwards further into Europe beyond that. And the passenger numbers kind of prove that. So yeah, even likes of post-pandemic, the fact Ryanair pushed EasyJet out from here, if EasyJet wanted to come back, they could come back. They would just have to have their own operation in place, but EasyJet could come back. But, you know, don't discount what Ryanair can bring to an airport. There are many, many airports that would love to have Ryanair services. Some airports are even building their own terminals and infrastructure to try and attract the likes of Ryanair, because once you get them in, and you can get routes to likes of Edinburgh, London, Manchester, and so on, you open up a whole network of, you know, places to connect to and passengers coming through as well. So no better example than some airports in France, Poland, Germany, which quite honestly would not exist without Ryanair. And some of them have been transformed. Brussels, Charleroi, for instance. And other airports such as Barcelona have been able to use that demand and those passenger numbers to justify expansion and invest in the airports. So it's good. It's a good thing. It's a really good thing. I think if any big airline wanted to come to Newcastle, Newcastle would be able to accommodate them. I've absolutely no doubt at all. It's not like we're a constrained airport. So yeah. I'm still interested because we keep getting rumours about Saudia starting flights to Riyadh or Jeddah. And I would really like to see that happen, because it would be interesting to see how many people would use that route. And with the Newcastle United connection, yeah, it would be a very interesting one. But time will tell. We shall see. Here goes the Air France. Up, up and away. Beautiful. Next we've got Ryanair, which is just on the approach now for runway 25. I can see land lights of the Ryanair, so it's not far out at all. TUi 737 MAX is also just about ready to taxi now. Sorry about my whole rant about airlines and everything there, James, but yeah, it's a good question. I really love questions like that. They get they're very, very good. Toby Hall, I think it's crazy you can't fly to the States from Newcastle. Yeah, it's one of them things that I think we will get in the future. But right now, excuse me, right now there just isn't the demand for it. That was sort of proven. It's hard to believe it's nearly 10 years ago since, well, it's what, 8 years ago they started. But United Airlines did try, and ultimately it didn't work. But yeah, it would be interesting to see if another airline could make a go of it. You never know. You never know. Right, EasyJet is 10 minutes out, and I think that'll have to be it for the live stream, folks, because we are starting to run low on battery life, unfortunately. Wish EasyJet opened a base up again. It would be nice to have more Airbus. It would be, Ewan. It would be. I agree. The one thing I liked about EasyJet from Newcastle was the Malta route. I used the Malta route a few times as well. And it was just really handy to go and visit family and friends and so on. So, yeah, that was a bit of a shame that it was cut. But I'm hopeful that Ryanair might do it because Jet2 currently do, but it would be nice to have some lower fares on the route to Malta. So we shall see what the future holds. I think Riyadh Air will start when they launch, as they're owned by the same people. Yes, I saw that because they're owned by the PIF as well, so it would make more sense for them too. Right folks, here's the Ryanair all the way from Gran Canaria coming into land. So we've only got 11% battery life remaining, so I don't want to push it anymore just in case the laptop decides to quit and then we're all left in the lurch. So I think get these couple movements and that'll do for today. Oh, that's it, that's it. A little bit heavy, but it's down. I'm sort of pleased I can't turn my I'm kind of pleased I can't turn my camcorder around right now because behind me over toward the west it is just absolutely grey with rain. It's lashing it down, so if that works its way here before that EasyJet comes we may just have to end the live stream, I'm afraid. But hopefully get this TUi 737 MAX if it hurries its way along. Also folks, my just add to my battery woes, my camcorder battery is about to die, so I'm going to have to replace that in a moment as well. So it's not one thing, it's another. But hey, we've done pretty well though. We've been live for over 3 hours now. Been live for 3 hours and 10 minutes, would you believe it? So it's definitely better than the usual hour and a half to 2 hours we get. So little improvements, that's what it's about. There we go, that's our two based Ryanair 737-800s. I used to always dream about us having a Ryanair base, and now we have one. It never seemed fair that Edinburgh had one, Glasgow had one, Manchester had one, we didn't have one. Now Teesside's trying to lure Ryanair to base one there, but I don't think it'll happen. Especially with the proximity of Newcastle. The summer routes do well from Teesside, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Good thing with the new direct flights from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to Newcastle and Alphanar and Sarwicks Investments and Teesside from news article. Interesting. Daniel, good thing is Aegean Air are starting their... Oh yeah, definitely. We were talking about that before, Daniel. It's going to be great to see Aegean start here to Newcastle. It'll be really good. Newcastle will be announcing huge expansion and investment is imminent. Nice. We really need, I was thinking this when I flew through the other week, we really need a new north pier. So we've got the current pier there, which is restricted, but we really need a new north pier to access those stands and to make it a bit easier. But yeah. Thanks for today, good luck with the wedding, congratulations to you both, will your wife to be start filming too? I don't think so. I can categorically say I don't think she will be. Life's full of surprises, but I'm fairly certain on that front. But never say never. Thank you very much again, Neil. Appreciate that a lot, mate. Really appreciate that. There's KION just backtracking. I'm going to have to try and change the battery quickly, folks, because the camcorder battery is just literally about to die. So it's a question of which one goes first, the laptop or the camcorder. And at the moment, it's going to be the camcorder. So just bear with me. I'm going to have to quickly change it. I'm hoping that this battery's fully charged. It better be fully charged. And if it isn't fully charged, it was nice having you on the live stream today. Just 1 second, sorry. Oh, thank goodness it is fully charged. Whew. I always charge my batteries up, but my big battery, which I usually use, for some reason was completely flat, which I was a little bit confused about. Thankfully this spare is fully charged. Woohoo! Right, audio and video should all be working okay, folks. If you can let me know, please, that would be marvellous. Thank you. Yeah, Daniel, the Albastar was a military charter from what I was told, so that's what it was. And the rain has just started, folks. It has just started spitting really heavily, so I think even before the EasyJet comes we may have to end the live stream, I'm afraid. All okay? Fantastic, Ferryhill. Cheers, mate. Oh, he's not actually using the full runway. Cool. Oh, KION is just taking half the runway. Cool. Daughter Ellie loves the lives. Thanks very much, Mark. Thank you very much, Mark. Appreciate that a lot, mate. Thank you. Right. Let's see if we can get these two departing, and then that's going to have to be it, because it is getting wet now. You might not be able to tell, but it's just started raining heavily. Right, that's KION airborne. TUi, you know you want to depart before it rains. Come on, come on. Put your strobe lights on, line up on the runway and take off for us, will you? It's like, nope, I'm going to hold short. We're still waiting for the passengers to sit down. Ugh. EasyJet's on the approach. Aha, right. Oh yeah, EasyJet is on the approach. We might just make it then. We might just make it because the laptop battery I think is now like 5%. Yeah, well, I think we should just be okay for the EasyJet. Should just be all right. Oh, it's freezing now. It's absolutely freezing. If you don't know about the rain, folks, I'll just show you over here. You can see it's all of it's fallen. Just over there. It's just working its way here, and now I've got lots and lots of drips and spots on the screen now. So it is getting worse, I'm afraid. I was hoping this TUI would have departed, but they've decided they want to wait, and the EasyJet. Oh, I can see the EasyJet now. I can see the landing lights. Oh, dear me. Right, that's EasyJet on the approach. Just there. There we go, we can see the EasyJet. Next thing is just to see it land. Whoa! It's cad. I was semi-hoping that the EasyJet flight from Bristol was going to be an A320neo, but it is the just the normal. Oh, battery is low. I have just got a a critical "your battery is low" warning on the laptop, so I do love those warnings because it just heaps the pressure on you. It's like playing Russian roulette, but you don't know how long it's going to last. So here comes the EasyJet landing. Ooh, quite a drift to the right of the centre line there. In 2 weeks' time, Daniel, you're going to Malaga from Newcastle with Jet2 at 7 in the morning on Saturday 27th. Hopefully it won't be delayed. Hopefully it won't be, mate. Hopefully it should run nice and smoothly. Right, that's the TUi lining up behind. We've had loads of shots like that today on the runway. It's been great. It's been so cool. It's one thing I missed during the pandemic was getting shots like that because it was just so quiet. So quiet. Right, EasyJet's just vacated and he's going to have to hold short on the high speed because the Ryanair 737-800 has just been pushed back there. So Ryanair has just been pushed and TUi has just put his landing lights on and is ready to depart runway 25. Here it goes. There we go, folks. Well, Ryanair is ready to taxi. Looks like he's just taxiing there now. Well, folks, I think unfortunately I'd love to try and catch the Ryanair departing, but our battery life is so low, I don't think it'd be fair, because then we wouldn't get a proper farewell and a proper ending. So I think we're going to have to call an end to the live stream, I'm afraid, everyone. We've had some great movements today. We've been live for about 3 hours and 20 minutes, and we've done much better than I expected us to. And once again, I can't thank everyone enough so much for all of your time, for tuning in today and for watching the live stream, and to all of our DR channel members for all of your support, and to every single one of you who's tuned in. Thank you all so much for your support. Really appreciate it. And Sam and Ferry Hill Train Spotter, thank you both so much. It's been absolutely brilliant to have you on board. And Nicholas and Stephen Marchant and everyone, thank you all so much for all of your support. Ewan as well, appreciate all the information as well, especially about the Jet 2 before. It's really handy. Chris, who was on earlier, posting the aircraft movements too. It's been a really good live stream. So thank you all so much again. We'll try and do another live stream in the next week or two. I'll get it scheduled if you keep an eye on my YouTube channel, and we'll schedule it in advance and try and do that. But anyway, folks, from here at Newcastle International Airport on Sunday, May the 14th, 2023, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next live stream. Till the next one, take care of yourselves, and I hope you have a lovely week. Take care, everyone. I'll see you soon.